Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm Pastor Adam, and this is New Testament Tuesday. I am so glad you're here. So glad you decided to tune in, check out, and see what we've got going on. Hey, we're going to continue on our series about evangelism. How do you go about sharing the gospel? Who do you share the gospel with? How do you share the gospel? All these different things. Your questions will be answered, and you will be challenged to be a better disciple maker, a better disciple and a better disciple maker, somebody who shares the good news, be a good messenger of the gospel. I've got a question for you today. Who is the law for? Yeah, I'm talking about the Old Testament law. Who's the Old Testament law for? If we take it into consideration for today, who's the United States law for? Who is the United States law for? It's for the people, you know. But where does the law apply? If you are following the laws, you know the laws, you're following them, you're good. They set a boundary. Then we have the court system for people who break the law. In a similar fashion, Paul urges Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 1 to use the law properly to bring about disciples. Check this out, 1 Timothy chapter 1, starting in verse 8. We know that the law is good if one uses it properly. We also know that the law is made not for the righteous, but for lawbreakers and rebels, the ungodly and sinful, the unholy and irreligious, for those who kill their fathers or mothers, for murderers, for the sexually immoral, for those practicing homosexuality, for slave traders and liars and perjurers, and for whatever else is contrary to the sound doctrine that conforms to the gospel concerning the glory of the blessed God, which he entrusted to me. Who is the law for? If you use it properly, you're not using the law to exclude people, to put people down. You don't go after people with the law in the way that the Pharisees did. The Pharisees used the law to discredit people, to put people down, and to keep people pinned in a corner, to protect their religious standings, etc., etc. That's another day for another video. If you use the law properly, you can use the 10 Commandments to point out people's sin. You can say, hey, this is God's law. He's the creator of the universe. This is his law. You've broken it. You have lied, you've cheated, you've lusted, you've this, you've that, you've had idols, whatever. If you can show them the law, you show them that there's sin. You show them that they've messed up. Then you can bring Jesus into it. It conforms people to who Jesus is and what Jesus wants people to be. If we use the law to point out people's sin as a way of making disciples, hot dog, there you go. You have to be able to point out a problem to people for them to realize that they are in need of a savior. If I say you're in need of a savior, they go, why? Why am I in need of a savior? Well, because have you ever broken any of the 10 Commandments? Boom, you need a savior. The law is there to be used properly to point people to Jesus, to say, hey, you have sinned, you have broken God's law. Here's Jesus. He's forgiven you. He's your Savior, whether you like it or not. He has saved you if you want him to. Be open, all these different things. The law is a perfect segue into sharing about Jesus. Use the law properly. It's not for the righteous, it's for the lawbreakers. My question to you, are you using the law to show people their sin? I'm Pastor Adam. This has been New Testament Tuesday. I'll see you next time.